This is a reading video for Durarara episode 9, 10, 11, 12, and a bonus OVA titled 12.5 for this instance, but it's kind of like Durarara special episode 1 or whatever. It's basically OVA. Watch that at the end as well. Plus the opening one with and without edits. We watched it twice. So yeah. Click in the link in the description below. Oops, I forgot to put up the thing. There we go. Click in the link in the description below to go watch my reaction, and then come back here to see my full thoughts, ideas, and theories about these episodes, and my thoughts on them, basically. So click away now, or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Okay, so fantastic group of episodes. So much happened. My theory that all the main characters are probably dollars was fact, and that one of them were the boss. I can't remember if I ever did theorize the main character being the boss. Did I? I can't remember if I did or not. I feel like I was leaning towards somebody else being the boss. I'm not sure, but everybody's like for the dollars. It's so fantastic. I love it, love it. That reveal too was really good. Like just him just like having like a epiphany. He was like, I know what to do. He just gets to his computer, and then just like goes and does the whole thing at the meetup place. It was so cool. I freaking love how Mira and Isaac are there from Bakano. He showed up like 3 times. It was so funny. It was so good. But we found out the true identity to Stealthy's head. Not actually Stealthy's head. It was actually the stalker girl. Just I guess face changed and all that kind of stuff with like maybe real cuts, but like maybe they could just cut her all the way around her neck, but then like sew it back up shut again, make it look like it's like a sewn on head. But yeah, that whole relationship is weird. Her and Seiji, or Seiji, something like that. That whole relationship is strange because she wants to be with him, who doesn't love her. He wants to be with Celty. She's not her, so he doesn't love her. It's like I don't know. Such a weird thing there. But anyways, so the reveal with the dollars is awesome, and how it originated. It was meant to be a joke and like a kind of like, let's see if this can be a thing sort of like deal on the internet, like most internet things do. And then all of a sudden it just like escalated quickly to the point where like it became like a real thing. People in real life were doing stuff with dollars, and so they started to twist it, and or not twist it. The main character, Mikado, he decided to add a goal to the dollars, whereas actually give them something to do and like work towards, be like a good gang and not like an evil gang or whatever. So he did that, and then he started hearing stories about people like cleaning up graffiti and all that kind of stuff, which is really, really cool. So that I think was what turned it. And then we find out that Izuya is the one who was giving out information to join the dollars, even after Mikado said that they stopped giving out, invites or whatever. And Izuya was the one who was like sending invites to like grow it kind of thing. So he's got some kind of plan in place, maybe just to screw around, or he's got like an actual plan. Regardless, though, he's doing something with it, orchestrating it from the shadows in a way, kind of thing. So he's an info broker. He's probably got some ultimate motive to do what he does. But yes, that was the cool thing. Celty actually talked to everybody. That was awesome when she was like coming down the building and everything, and then like she was like literally like yelling almost like everyone heard her. I'm wondering if that was just like an occasion because she saw her face and she realized it wasn't hers. Because like we know now that that's the case. Like it was not her head. Um, but when she first saw it, it didn't seem like it just seemed like she like ran away kind of thing, like immediately once she'd like talked with her kind of thing. Um, but yeah, so it's really cool that everyone was hearing her. They're like, "Where's that voice coming from?" Kind of thing. Like it's Celtic coming down the the building, shadows everywhere, and she's like just like about to go ham on somebody. Um, so the whole mythos and whatever of the Doulaha is really interesting, and I'm wondering if it is like a legit thing because I've never heard of it up until this show. I'm like a big Norse mythology kind of person, and if Izia is correct with the mythos or whatever, or the myth of the Dullahan, whatever. It's a fallen Valkyrie that roams the ground, sending warriors to Valhalla and everything, or something like that. Like it was something like that. I'm not sure if the Dullaha is specifically there to transport warriors falling in battle to Valhalla or something else. Because if it's a fallen Valkyrie, that means it wouldn't be doing what other Valkyries were doing. But anyways, so that's a cool like kind of legend and everything. I'm a big Norse fan, so I would have to look that up to see if it's a legit thing or if it's just like something that this anime made up kind of thing just for its purposes, which I'm fine with regardless. It's a cool like legend or whatever. But yeah, so oh my gosh, what else happened? What else happened? The OVA was really cool. The OVA had like a lot of kind of time skipping around, which I really liked. It reminded me a lot of Baccano, where has they showed us effectively the end of like everything, and then they went back hours or half an hour at first, and then like an hour, and then I think 3 hours and then six. I feel like yeah, I feel like there was like a 6 hour or like a six. They went okay, so they went back an hour, back 2 hours, and then back 3 more hours to add to the six, basically. So it was like in the span of 6 hours, they just kind of skipped like backwards, and then they went all the way back to like the end of it, and we saw the end again, and it all made sense. It's exactly what Baccano was all about. It's like it's so good. The show is rated by the people who made Baccano, which makes sense, like 100%. And like Mira and Isaac are in it and everything. But that was a cool episode. That was a really cool episode. I really, 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 really loved that. It was written very well. Made me thinking and questioning everything that was happening on the screen. I'm like, what that, like the three bags and everything, like which bag is which, and like who's in that bag, and or not who's in the bag, but like who owns this bag, like why is that person going out for that bag, that kind of thing. Like there's so many bags going on. There's three bags. One was just clothes and food. One was money, and then one was a like ancient lizard that was like being smuggled in or whatever. We didn't find that out until the very end, basically. But it's people said it was a severed head and like all this kind of stuff, and apparently it was just like a mistranslation of the person who first looked in there. But yeah, I mean it was a cool episode. I really liked that episode a lot. The OVA, whatever, the special episode one thing, whatever it is. Um, so yeah, given time, we'll watch episode two when it becomes spoiler free or whatever. I'm not entirely sure when. Oh, actually, I do know. Episode 25 technically. After 24 is when we'll watch that again. I can't remember how many episodes there are in Durarara. Let me look it up quick. I have a thing with how many episodes? 60 episodes. Okay, so this might be this might be season one. I'm not sure if this is season two. I don't know. Anyways, at the end of this list that I have, after 24, 25 is a special, which is episode two, of the OVA things or whatever. So watch it then. So yeah, I mean this. It's fantastic episodes, like all around. Every single episode was really cool. It was really, really, really cool. It was so much that happened. Like I almost forget like what happened near the beginning because it's just like it was just all along like running around and everything. Okay, so yeah, the reveal of Mikado being the Mikado, him being the leader, the owner, whatever person who started the dollars, them going back and like referencing all the little snippets of like info they've been kind of like trickling in like all this time, like so good, like so good, so well done. Holy crap. Um, I mean, there was so much to it, like dating back to the first episode. I mean, we're not too far in. We're like 12 episodes in or whatever. But still, like regardless, 12 episodes, and there were small snippets of info all the way back to episode one about the dollars. When Masaomi, when he was talking about the dollars and stuff, like stay away from them, like all this kind of stuff. Like it was just like he was like trickling in all this information. That was the episode where like it was just like a lore bomb almost. Like the first episode was a lore bomb. It was every single thing about the show crammed into one episode. Like stay away from these guys, don't go next to these guys are cool, don't go there. Like it was like everything about like that first episode was like gearing us towards like this episode or these episodes, like the dollars like reveal, and who's enemy and everything. That phone call or text message that he sent out to all the members, it was saying like whoever is not looking at their phones is an enemy. Just like that was so cool. And like glare at them silently. Like don't say the word, just glare at them. And like the whole crowd all like pick up their phones and like looking at them. Like I called it immediately. I think I was in a way kind of jokingly saying like it was gonna be everybody. I was expecting like all of a sudden a couple background people would turn like color. You know how like because like the background people in the show have always been the black and whites or gray, whatever, kind of shadow people in the background of all the clips and everything of like the towns. So I was expecting when he called out like the dollars, I was expecting it was going to be like you're going to see some shadow people, and then all of a sudden shadow people will actually turn color, like turn into like color again, and like they like turn and look like at the girl or whatever, and just like go towards her. But in reality, no one knew why they were there. It was just a meeting, basically. And the meeting was if you see someone with not looking at their phone, they're an enemy. That's the meeting. So everyone knew they were all public dollars, and everybody knew who was not in the dollars, and they just like went ham on them. Or not, they didn't go ham on them, but like they were like glaring like mad dogging them that entire time. But yeah, so Stealthy's head is still out there. Stealthy's head is still with the girl, the Seiji's sister. So hopefully Stealthy can find it and recover it, whatever. Regardless if she wants to or not, she needs to find it. It's her head. It was stolen from her. It's her head. I mean, she's kind of like all skeptic and like wondering what's gonna happen when she finds the head, or her head. But it's her head. She needs to find it. It's up to her what she does after that kind of thing. But it's not. It's like it's her head. So she needs to find it. But it's really cool to see Shinra in this. When he was talking with Celty and everything. First off, him absolutely 100% predicting everything Celty was saying. I'm wondering if since he knows her for so long, there's a way for her to like when she's thinking about like what to say or talking about what she's saying, whatever. In her well, she doesn't have a head, but in her mind or whatever, in her shadow, I feel like maybe she's leaking a voice out, just like how everybody in the crowd when like she was coming down the building, like that when she was like, you know, yelling and everything, and like everyone was doing like, whose voice is that kind of thing. I wonder if Shinra I can like hear that voice, but just like at like a lower tone, and he kind of like just knows like what she's saying. Um, I'm that's kind of like I'm just kind of spitballing there. I'm not sure if that is the case, but it would be cool if anything. But very very cool. Those two characters are pretty cool together. I did feel like when we first saw him with the girl who would do the plastic surgery for Seiji, I feel like that was a hardcore misdirection. I didn't think he was legitly like behind everything, right? Like he was hired there to go there and do plastic surgery, and then he just happened to give out a name, like, "Oh, you'll be, say, you know, Celty, or you know, that's your name, or whatever." And but in reality, like, because I don't think the girl knows Celty's Celty. Like, I don't think she knows about the Black Rider. Like that's the head. Like, you know, I don't think she knows Shinra is with Celty. I'm not sure. But anyway, so it was a hardcore misdirection, I think, because like the show made it seem like he was in on it, kind of thing. But like in my mind, I was like, maybe he doesn't know, or maybe he's trying to do this just so he can get closer to Celty's head, so that way he can grab it for her, or you know, get info on the head, so that way you know he can grab it and get it for her, or whatever. But maybe there's something there where he kind of knows, and he's kind of like keeping away from the head or something. But I feel like he's maybe getting info here and there about where the head is and what to do with it when he does find it, or some kind of plan. I don't know. Maybe there's something there where he's a ploy or something like that to keep Celty busy, to keep her away from the head kind of thing. I'm not sure. Maybe there's something there. But yeah, what else happened? Jesus Christ. Yeah. A lot of cool stuff. I had a lot of fun with these episodes. So leave a comment down below what you guys thought of these episodes. I really, really had fun with them. They were really cool. Like, it started off a little slow, like 9, 10... episode 9 and 10 were kind of just like, you know, kind of just going about their business, you know, here and there, little things here and there. And then it just kind of all of a sudden kicked up. Like, all of a sudden, like, you know, the fake Celty came into like the episode, and all of a sudden like everything started kicking off. Like, it just like people are chasing her, and they're like just, you know, going after her, and just like, you know, just all kind of stuff. Like, everything kicked off immediately. And then it's kicked off with dollars, and then just like all that stuff happened, and then Celty chasing them, and just all that kind of stuff. So it was a cool group of episodes. I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week for, let me see real quick. Yeah, so 5 episodes reaction next week, as well as the ending and the opening we get to watch as well. I'm not sure if it's a new opening. It just says watch opening and watch end. So yeah, I don't think we have we watched the ending? We probably have, I think. But regardless, we're going to watch the ending again, if it's new or not. I'm not sure. And then new opening as well, whether it's new or not. I'm not sure. But 5 episodes, 13 through 17, plus ending and opening. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next week's episode. Take care, everybody.
裏切りの夕焼け厄介に絡みつく汗を切り裂くようにしてマシンは叫ぶ